Hi, everyone. Welcome to Wednesday Wisdom with Ira Feuerstein. I'm sitting here in beautiful Boston, Massachusetts. You can't see out the window right now, but got an awesome view of Boston Harbor, and we're going to go do a tea party a little later today. Just joking. But hey, so I want to continue on our discussion. So in a first episode, we talked about the what, finding out what it is you want to accomplish, what those targets are. And in week 2, we talked about the why. What's your fire behind it? You need to have that real why of what's going to drive you. Then in week 3, we talked about the different quadrants and important, urgent, important, not urgent, etc. That you should always be working out of the important and urgent and the important and not urgent sections, and the rest are just fluff, people trying to waste your time. Today, we're going to talk about the when. The when is super important because here's the deal. At the end of the day, if you don't set time constraints on yourself, you're never going to get this done, the targets that you've chosen. You need to be 100% committed to it, and you need to have a very specific day and specific time that you're going to hit each of these targets. So as an example, you're going out of town for a week vacation with your family. It's amazing, in that last couple days before you go out of town, you will find every way in the world of getting things done that you never would have gotten done. You're taking all those not important, urgent things out, getting them all done before your trip. That way you don't have to worry about it on your trip. You're taking the concept of moving things up to the urgent and important section, so you're actually getting things accomplished on a very timely basis. But you've got to put time constraints. When I say time constraints, you've got to put a specific date and time on each of your targets. And I prefer, personally, doing it weekly. I prefer every week setting 4 major targets that I want to accomplish for the week and putting a specific date and time on it. Like, I am going to hit this target by noon on Tuesday. Target 2 is going to be by 3 p.m. on Thursday, etc. And then at the end of the week, on Friday, you can be drinking a beer, you can be sitting outside in your patio enjoying the nice summer weather, and know that you crushed it for the week. But it's, the other thing that I would say is that it's super important that you are setting the constraints on these things, not others. You don't want other people setting the constraints on you. You don't want the marketplace setting constraints on when things get done, because that happens to people all the time. And you know what the feeling is? Really simple. It's a feeling of being 100% out of control. So when you start setting the constraints, you start setting the ground rules, you start setting the date and time of when things are going to get done, you feel like you're in control. And it's a very important concept here. It's a great example of all this is like savings. We all know savings is important, but a lot of times it's not urgent for us. So if you put a time constraints on that and say, hey, listen, by the end of the month, I want to move $2,000 from one account to another, and by Friday at 2 p.m. I'm going to do it. All of a sudden, that becomes urgent and important, both. So it's really important to make sure that you're understanding the concept of not allowing the world to put constraints on you. And if you want to, set the world on fire, you've got to set the urgency. You cannot, like, if you want to get healthy, like I'm trying to get healthy right now. And if you want to get healthy, you got to put urgency on it. If you don't put urgency on it, nothing's going to happen. And that way you're defining things that are happening around you, and if you don't, if the world, is setting the constraints for you, or all of a sudden somebody is making something urgent for you, like let's say you haven't done marketing forever for your business, and all of a sudden you see that your sales are suffering. Now there's massive urgency being put on you to do marketing because you've never done it before, and now your business is suffering. You're going to do crap work because the world is putting the urgency on you, not you. So when you define the constraints, you define the when, you are going to make it that important and urgent section of the quadrant. And I can't get past this enough, is that what you should be doing at the end of the day is look at your normal week. You have your 4 targets for the week. I want you to block out time on the calendar, on Outlook or whatever you use for those items. And you're blocking time. That time is sacred to you. Nobody takes it. You lock your door, you put your phone on do not disturb, you shut off your lights. I don't care what it is. You need to look at that time as sacred, that it's your time. So an hour block for this, half hour block for this, 2-hour block for this. And celebrate on Friday when you got everything done. You didn't let anyone bother you. You didn't let anyone take you out of the important and urgent block to one of those blocks that are just time wasters. Believe me, you will feel so much better about your life, and you will be plowing through, hitting target after target after target, and like my shirt says, destroying excuses. Take care. Thanks a lot. Like, comment, or share below, and we'll be back next week. Thanks.